everyone. I'm Liao with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. The central city of Taichung now leads the country in severe bicycle accidents. The disturbing data has road safety advocates calling for some important changes. John Van Trieste has this story.
Taiwan's central city Taichung has an extensive network of public bike stations, but cycling here can be dangerous. Last year, the city, with a population roughly that of Chicago, saw close to 3,500 cycling accidents ending in injury. There were also 22 cycling deaths. The number of accidents last year was more than double the number in Taipei. Some of the city cyclists aren't surprised.
会很害怕，对啊，所以有时候会不小心骑去人行道上面，因为就是怕跟摩托车会太靠近。
自己的小孩的话，我就几乎不让他骑在就是有一般马路上，就是有专用道的才会让他骑。
Cycling lanes here are scattered and not always respected. Cyclists say they are mostly left to contend with other traffic on the road. Traffic safety advocates also point to the city's many unusually shaped intersections. They have some concrete advice for officials.
透过这个车道瘦身的机会，来顺便修饰路型，让路口变得相对较正交，对交通安全应该是有改善的效果。
The city says it's taking note of the traffic safety problem.
将配合市府各相关单位进行道路整体环境改善与检讨时并同研议。
But without clear measures, cyclists in Taichung will continue to face dangers on the road. Delphine Chen and John Van Trieste for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan schools are facing a crisis. Not enough students. And as Maddie Anstruther reports, it's vocational schools outside bustling cities that are being hit the hardest.
In classrooms like this one across Taiwan, there are fewer and fewer students to teach. The Education Ministry released statistics showing the number of students enrolled in school has dropped by almost 300,000 over the past 5 years, with high school enrollment falling by 20%. But not all high schools are being equally affected. It's vocational schools, particularly those in rural areas, that are the most impacted.
是职业类科要非常的用力来跟家长来做说明的这件事情，真的困难。
The new statistics reveal that despite drops in overall student numbers, more students are choosing academic high schools over vocational ones. School staff say it doesn't support everyone's educational needs.
我们这边是人数不足的，招生人数不足的区域，所有的学生他如果都要训练补高，他都可以进得去。里面有5A 的学生哦，但是也有5C 的学生。
As for how to solve the problem, the government is facing some tough questions. The country has one of the lowest birth rates in the world, vying with South Korea annually for the top spot. One solution could be to allow for smaller class sizes in rural schools.
我偏向的做法就是上限要调降，现在他们不肯调降的理由，我可以上建中或北一女的人数会变少嘛？如果我往下每一班调降1个或2个，他怕这样会引起反弹。
Already this year, 13 private and vocational schools were flagged at risk of closure due to low student numbers. But in 5 more years' time, many teachers may well be wondering just how many students will be left in these classrooms. Delphine Chen and Maddie Anstruther for TaiwanPlus.
Faced with a declining birth rate and brain drain, Taiwan's government is trying to encourage Taiwanese tech talent abroad to come back. But its recruitment efforts have not met expectations. Wesley Lewis has the story.
Class is in session. Taiwanese universities like this one are offering more and more science and technology courses. But that's not enough to meet the country's demand for talented workers. The government has been working to attract Taiwanese with the necessary skills back from overseas. But those efforts haven't met expectations. Over the past 4 years, the country's National Science Council has spent a staggering $12.4 million on a STEM recruitment program to attract Taiwanese talent residing overseas. But since its launch, only 131 people have returned, with fewer than 100 actually staying. Despite failing to attract citizens living abroad, universities say they've successfully recruited foreign students.
我们吸引外籍生来台湾念书，现在他们留下来台湾的意愿，还有工作机会，从我们这边的观察是越来越多。
The STEM recruitment program implemented in 2020 has only recruited a small number of people, and in a recent legislative debate, an opposition Kuomintang legislator said the results were less than ideal.
结果我们4年花了4亿多。回台那时候我们就质疑这样的这个有效性，只留下了97个人。你真的还是觉得我们人才、揽才、育才达到你当初所认为的规划方向吗？
The program's lackluster results have become a hot-button issue regarding government spending. One NGO that bridges international and Taiwanese institutions says that overseas recruitment programs often struggle to convey their initiatives to their target audiences.
When it's internationally facing programs, sometimes not necessarily the best marketed. Or even actively marketed sometimes. So a lot of times the effectiveness of a lot, of people being informed about this is actually very, very low sometimes.
Without proper promotion, government-funded recruitment initiatives may struggle to reach their quotas. The National Science Council has recently launched a doctoral scholarship program to address the issue of understaffed Taiwanese universities. But with their track record on recruiting talent, the council is under increasing pressure to prove that their funds aren't going down the drain. Devin Tai and Wesley Lewis for TaiwanPlus.
Fewer than half of Taiwanese households now watch cable TV. Government figures show cable TV remains the main source of information for Taiwanese households, particularly among older people, but it's been rapidly losing ground to streaming services. Over the past decade, households subscribing to cable in Taiwan have dropped by 11 percentage points to 49%, while the U.S. has seen an even steeper decline. Cable providers in Taiwan say they'll bundle internet and streaming services in their packages to respond to the trend. Los Angeles County has officially recognized the third week of May as Taiwanese American Heritage Week. Nearly 200,000 Taiwanese Americans live in LA County, the largest Taiwanese community in the U.S. They have celebrated Taiwanese American Heritage Week for over 2 decades. Formally recognizing the festival, county officials thanked Taiwan for donating face masks during the pandemic and talked about the success of the country's chip industry and cultural exports like bubble tea.
It is an honor to celebrate Taiwanese American Heritage Week. Taiwan may be a small country, but the people are inspiring and are incredibly generous.
Taipei Zoo is home to a range of colorful creatures, but as John Van Triest reports, some of the zookeepers' favorites are the blue ones.
These blue poison dart frogs are only around 5 centimeters in size, but they are among the most fascinating creatures at Taipei Zoo. They're native to South America, but they've adapted well to their new home, half a world away. Their name, in both English and Chinese, refers to the deadly poison they secrete.
南美洲以前那个土著嘛，他们会把那个他的皮肤的毒粘在那个剑，然后去打猎嘛，所以这就是因为这样的关系，所以被称为叫箭毒蛙这样。
But in nature, the frog's poison is the result of their diet. Here at the zoo, they aren't fed the foods they would eat in the wild, so here they are harmless. The frog's unusual blue color is part of their attraction, but they aren't the only vividly blue creatures here. There are blue butterflies.
它是透明的，那上面会有很多鳞片，一片一片的叠在上面。然后它经过光照的话，你会看到有一些是物理色，然后有些是光的折射，那就不一样。你可能正面看的时候它是黄色，然后你从不同角度看它会变成蓝色。
And other insects too, like this weevil. What unites all these creatures is the rarity of their color.
目前已知的这个拥有蓝色色素的这个脊椎动物，只有孤蓝箭毒蛙之外，还有另外2种这个枪鱼也同样拥有这个蓝色色素。那至于其他的这个蓝动物呢，其实都是假蓝色。对，它们主要是经由这个羽毛，或者是鳞片或者是脊鳞质，然后经过这个光线照射所产生的。
And that's why the critters in blue are the stars of the zoo. Klein Wang and John Van Triest for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out this footage of the Iguazu Falls on the Brazil-Argentina border where the waters are raging after intense rains. I'm Liao. Take care and see you next time.